George brought an amazing understanding of the realities of modern journalism to the educational environment of our journalism college. He, of course, was one of the better-known reporters in the world, having headed the AP office during the Vietnam War in Vietnam. He was there for the fall of Saigon, which made him a kind of a leading figure in journalism.
We had lots of conversations about what he was going to do when he grew up and left the AP after 49 years. I thought there was a place for him, a really important place for him at WVU. I knew what a great teacher he was. He'd been my teacher, and he had encouraged me, and so many people, so many young reporters. The Nutting family also were very interested in funding a professorship that would bring a star to campus to be a mentor to young students. And so the stars aligned, and he said he would come. He agreed. He retired, and that was very hard for him. But he instantly found his place as, a beloved professor.
It was really great to be a student of his because he had so many connections in the journalism industry, and he would use those connections to help educate his students a lot.
Everybody knows about his resume and everything that he's done out in the work field, but to be a good teacher, it means you care for your students and you want the best for them, and he certainly wanted the best for everybody who stepped inside his classroom. And even for someone like me who didn't even have him for class, he was more than willing to help me out with anything I need or answer all the questions that I had.
Not too many people take the time to get to know each of their students. It's almost impossible when you're at a school the size of WVU, but George did that with each student.
Well, I remember one of the first times I was in his office, he would ask me about my internship and how Hoppy and Tony were doing at the radio station. It was like he was asking me 15 questions about myself when I would kind of want his advice on something. And I guess that's what a lot of people liked about him, was he wanted to get to know you.
I learned those lessons from George about really caring about what's going on with the students. I admired that. He'd really encourage them, and he would sit down and talk with them. He'd take the time to sit down and talk with them about their life. But what I learned most from George were life lessons. He made me want to be a better person.
I think one of the biggest things Dr. Esper helped me with was getting through school, because at the same time I was doing a lot of work over at Metro News and also going to school here, and he kind of helped me balance out how to do work in the real world and then come back to do stuff in the classroom.
Sometimes it's overwhelming to be dealing with a daily newspaper and taking on 18 courses and dealing with the general public who doesn't realize that you're still just a student trying to produce a daily newspaper. And a lot of times I would just be like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know if, I'm the right person for this. And he would always encourage you to keep going.
But I really believe my life has changed for the better because of him. I don't know if I would have stuck with my career without his support, and he was a big advocate of me going on to teach in the profession. He thought that I had something to offer. So I can honestly say he made a huge difference.
Marianne Reed and I had lunch with him a couple of months before he died. Bill Nutting took us to Boston, and we had lunch with him there. He was too ill to come back. It was a beautiful afternoon, and we reminisced about everything. And we were talking a lot about Vietnam, and because one of George's favorite things to talk about was Vietnam and his colleagues there and the work at the AP. And Bill Nutting said to him, "Wow, that must have been the best time of your life." And he looked at us and said, "Well, I thought so." And then he came to WVU to teach. And really, in all honesty, I have to say that was the best time of my life. And he meant it. He was the heart and soul of this place.